All right, guys, welcome to today's training. So really, this is about building your empire. My name is Megan Lynch, for those of you who don't know. And right now, there are so many things that you guys could do in order to build up your team, okay? Now, before we talked about the digital marketing options, and we have the Tradera marketing system where I think it's like $10 a month, the company offers it. And we're going to be putting all of these things in one place for you. But that allows you to like reach out to a lot of different people and get them on a autoresponder, okay? I have the Freedom Mindset Referral Blueprint, and that's how I ended up putting like 100 people in my business the very first couple days, because I had a Google form, and we have that. So some of you guys have already purchased it for $10. I just had to give her something because it's a lot of work and she's trying to run her business as well. And then Ty Butler, or it's Ty Bryant, I'm sorry. I always say Butler, it's Ty Bryant. Ty Bryant will make you a website, and it'll have all your information on it, the video, everything. So that's a lot easier for you guys to send your link out, but you're sending your website, and people can fumble through your website. They can look at testimonies and all of those things. Those are really for your people who are those people who need to have all the information, okay? And they want to know what everybody else says about the company. So we talked about it. There's a Telegram that you guys can get into, and I'll drop the Telegram link in just a second. So the Freedom Mindset Referral Blueprint comes from Mia. You can Cash App her or PayPal. If you're in MMT, my other company, you could send me $10 through my e-wallet. You just have to let me know. And then Ty Bryant has the website. You can PayPal him, it's $20. So you're literally $30, guys, could get you a system, okay? And it's the same system that I used. I took the Google form from Mia, the referral blueprint. It has questions in it, and I told everybody I knew, get on my call. This is what you guys should be doing this week. We are in launch. And I know I haven't gotten your flyers to you yet, and I apologize. I'm getting on it, but you can still launch without it. But I'm working on everybody's flyers, so you can launch one day with everybody. Just make sure I know the day you want to launch so I can let you talk at the beginning. But take that Google form, and everybody who's on your call, you could fear of loss them and say, hey, listen, I'm going to send out a Google form. Whoever wants to roll first, I'm going to be calling you guys, fill out the information. The Google form is actually going to ask them specific questions: first name, last name, email address, phone number. It's $99. Are you ready to get started today? How many people do you think you're going to bring with you? That will give you priority positioning. So you're kind of like letting them know, listen, we got to roll. And it goes right to your Google Sheet spreadsheet that you get a link to, and then it's running all the time. So I'll show you guys that. And then the website is just great because you could drop that Google form on your website, or you could drop it on Facebook or something like that. And people can look at your website, and they can also put their information in. So it's essentially a funnel, okay? So if you want to hit legend, you have to do income producing activity. And the main thing is you always need to know your numbers, because they're very clear. I could tell you 442 get you 500 a month, 10-10-5 get you 1,000 a month, 30-30-15 get you 2,000 a month, 100-150 get you 5,000 a month, 200-250 get you 10,000 a month, 400-400, 200, you know, so I know what my numbers are. Hold on one second, I'll call you right back. So you want to know your numbers all the time. What do you need in each leg to hit the next rank? And it's so simple with our back office, because clearly these young guys play video games, because the back office looks like a video game, and it tells you thumbs up, thumbs down, okay? Here's where we are right now. All of you guys have already joined. You've already joined. Now you need to launch your business, okay? First thing you need to understand is the fastest copy machine wins, okay? I know that I have to get people to duplicate, and you have to assume that everybody you sign up is going to quit. So I'm at a race, not against other people. I'm at a race against the first 28 days. I know that I have to get Terry free, and paid. If he doesn't get paid, at least he's free and I know he's not going anywhere. And then I can swoop back around and help his people get free, which is going to cause him to go to the next level. So I'm constantly looking in my downline at, okay, 28 days is coming up. They're not going to pay their $99. Some of them aren't working though. So honestly, I get into one of their legs, but some people are just, they just don't see it and they'll be complaining because you know why? Because they don't have big enough dreams. So the first thing that you guys need to do is you need to dream big. I want to hit 100,000 a month. I want my dad to be at least 5,000 a month. I wanted my sister to be at 5,000 a month, but she knocked that out in 7 days. So I need my sister to be at 100 grand a month with me. So we're going to launch our team over our other company. I want to take those 150,000 emails, and if I can just get 1% of them to come over. And my dream, guys, and this just didn't happen. My dream is to produce. I was 36-figure earners, but now I got to throw that out the water because I'm going to have millionaires over here. I'm going to at least have 10 people, or if not more, who hit legend in 2020. So I'm going to have 10 millionaires under my belt. Robert Dean wants to have 500 millionaires. He has 50. We're going to blow that out of the water. So I want to have at least 1,000 people who are making 5,000 a month over here this year. And you can do it because we did it in 4 days. If we can do it in 4 days, if you guys just don't quit, how do I get to 5,000 a month? How do I get to 100,000 a month? Be here 24 months from now, 2 years from now. Okay? Keep the company healthy by not posting checks and stuff online. But dream big. I'm not looking to hit 10,000 a month. I'm looking at, okay, I'm at 160 people in leg 1, but I need 2,000 people in that leg. So I need to duplicate how many times, how many weeks will it take me to duplicate to 2,000? And I just did times 2. So if I have 160 times 2, I need to have 320 people in that leg in a week. Times 2, I would be at 640. That's 2 weeks. Times 2, 1,280, 3 weeks. Times 2, 250, 2,500, 4 weeks. That's what I'm looking at. How can I take the people that I have and double them? And I just got off the phone with a leader out of India, and he's bringing in 100 leaders, 100 leaders in my leg 1. Leg 1 and leg 2 are going to run on its own, which means that my goal is to help my people in leg 3, Terry Andrews, Jake, my son. I got a whole group of youngins that are in their teens. Okay. That means I can focus over there, and those other legs are running. I'll get to legend really, really quickly. And then I just become Santa Claus. I want to be the first Black female Santa Claus to my group. That's my goal. My goal is to hit legend as fast as I possibly can by feeding the sharks, who will then, you guys need to feed your sharks that are working, right? Don't feed the goldfish right now. Feed the sharks. Keep them happy, right, and fed so that they stick with you, because you need at least one person in each of your legs that want to hit legend. That's it. So this is what you guys should be doing. You have to make the biggest list that you've ever made in your life. This is my last one. I'm almost done. Okay. The biggest list ever on paper. Okay. You cannot leave anybody off the list. The fastest copy machine wins. It's a law of numbers. At this time, it's a race against the big leaders who are going to tell the world. You got to tell the world before the big leaders, because the leaders are coming, all of them. Just signed up a guy out of Canada. He put thousands of people in his business. He's put me on the phone with leaders. All these leaders have 100 leaders like me. They'll bring over 1,000 people. You got to tell everybody before they do. So make the biggest list ever, like today, not tomorrow, not I'll get around to it. Okay. You got to do it right now on paper. You need to set up your first launch call. Some of you guys have already done that. So take my link with the call information and put your name on it. Like, join me, Terry Andrews, in my first official launch. Don't be late. 100 spots only, because you got to make them understand, like, you're not the only one. And then put the call information and the date on there. And if your flyer doesn't come soon enough, it's fine. Launch anyway, but you have to actually call every single person on your list. Hey, listen, I'm in a hurry. I'm launching my business. I'm super excited about it. Can you do me a favor? Great. Go grab a pen. GAP, GAP. Go grab a pen. Write this down. Okay, sorry, I'm rushing. I would love for you to make my call. It's tonight at 9 o'clock. Can you make it? Okay, great. Listen, if for any reason you can't make it, no problem. Send me a text message out of courtesy. You want to make them feel bad. Out of courtesy, send me a text message if you can't make it. I'm going to send you a link. Super excited about it. Thank you. Get them to commit to a follow-up. Hey, if it's okay, I'll probably call you immediately after the call to get your feedback. Will that be okay, Terry? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
See you on my call. Hang up. That's 60 seconds. Call the next person. Don't be talking about, hey, grandma, how's it? Blah, blah, blah. No, it's a business call. You don't have time. Tell them you're in a hurry. Well, what's it about? I'll tell you on the call. I'm super excited about it. You're going to get all the information. Then you guys are going to set up your very first home party. That's not supposed to be right there. Every time I move these things over from my other PowerPoints for a time such as this, all my stuff, people are like, you banging this stuff out quickly. It's the same game in every company. That it never changes. I make 10 grand in every company I'm in, 5 grand to 10 grand my first month. Why? Because it's not hard to do. You have to follow the same system in every company. So what did Robert Dean do? He actually did a leadership call, a launch in-home meeting his very first day. He didn't even know what was going on. He just knew that he was at 1,000 a month and he hadn't done anything at all. So he called everybody. They all went over to Derek Brown's house. They said, listen, this is what we're doing. Don't have all the answers, but they're paying on time. It's a digital product. They had Dominique Barbie call in and close out the meeting. All of those leaders, Cliff Beeks, Derek Brown, Roger Brown, Kim and Gary, all of those people said, we rolling. So what did they do? They started doing 3-way calls immediately with me. The millionaires 3-wayed their people to me. Why? Because that's what you do in this business. And then they launched officially. And then they did another in-home meeting at somebody else's house, and everybody invited their people over there. That's all you do. And in your in-home meeting, read from the one-pager. Read from the one-pager so that everybody's looking at you like, oh, that's it? I could do that. That's what you want them to say. You don't want them to think, man, I can't do this. I don't have enough money. Have chips, water, some Sprite, spend $10 at the most on snacks, and tell everybody, hey, could you bring some paper cups? Hey, could you bring some ice? Because it's only like $1 or so, right? And then stick your 20 bags of ice in the bathtub. But now they feel obligated to show up. And I know with the coronavirus, this in-home meetings might not be that easy to do right now. So then do a launch call with 5 people, and I will be on there with you. Invite all 5 of your people to a private Zoom and do a virtual in-home meeting with me, right? Follow up, guys, with every single person that you invited. This is where people mess up. They get them all excited. People are going to get unexcited 10 minutes after the call because their husband's going to say something crazy, or their wife's going to be mad at them. Their kids are going to be acting up, dog barking, stump their toe, whatever. You guys have to call them immediately and follow up. And you have to enroll all excited people. You can 3-way those people to me. Plug in your new partners into the Freedom Mindset group and duplicate with all new Tradera partners. That's it. And you have to lead by example. You can't ask your team to do what you're not doing. If you haven't launched your business, you can't be telling your team you need to launch and you haven't launched. Or you need to do 3-way calls and you're not doing 3-way calls. Because that's all we do. We make a list, we launch, we follow up, we enroll excited people, we lead by example. Never ever quit your business. Give it a solid 24 months. You guys could be at 100 G's a month in 2 years. or less. I'm going to do it in 90 to 120 days, 3 to 4 months. I'm knocking out 100 grand, or I'm going to get as close to it as I possibly can. You have to remember that amateurs join companies, professionals launch. So you guys got to get into the game. And the game is three-way me, your top leaders. Let's get your leaders plugged in and then launch your business. That's it. So if you want to get in the game with me, Megan Lynch, 317-796-4361. Call me. I'll enroll you, get you enrolled with your sponsor, because everybody's under me anyway. So don't be trying to be personal to me, because if somebody introduced you, you're still in the top of my organization. I have almost 1,000 people, but I need to put 4 more thousand people in. So you're at the top. You're at the top of somebody's organization. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're going to do this training every day at 11. I do a call at 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 9 o'clock on this same link.